In 2023, I took 1,199 laps on 259 different roller coasters. Many of those I rode just once. Others I kept riding over and over again. So in this video, I will rank my top 10 most ridden roller coasters in 2023. This video will discuss my 2023 experiences in particular with these rides, rather than detailing the overall ride experience. If you want to know my more in-depth thoughts on any 10 of these roller coasters, I have individual reviews already published on the channel. Starting off the list at number 10 is Rampage at Alabama Splash Adventure with 18 rides. After this park's closure, the amusement side was significantly depleted, causing it to mostly contain kiddie rides. However, the park did retain the large CCI wood coaster in Rampage, and since most people spend a majority of their time on the water side, Rampage is almost always a walk-on, no matter which day you visit. So I spent most of my time at this park marathoning this wood coaster without leaving my seat. The recent track work made the coaster very bearable despite its aggressive layout. The unbanked turns deliver wicked laterals, and there are some strong airtime moments as well, especially in the larger drops in the back car. Number 9. Wildfire at Kolmården Zoo with 19 rides. I've been to the Swedish zoo twice. Both days, I've had torrential downpours, making the park a complete ghost town. It's my understanding that Wildfire does not have much of a queue even on busy days, but I was able to stay in my seat and lap this coaster in the day I was there. Did I get soaked? Oh yes. But the ride elements are fantastic. The start is one of the best of any coasters with that nearly vertical drop, the large stall, and the violent twist and shout. Then the rest of the ride bounces up and down the hill, throwing in airtime and inversions. I didn't care one bit I was soaked to the bone when I left this park. Number 8. Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City with 20 rides. Even when you visit this Branson, Missouri park on a busy day, you can almost always marathon this RMC wood coaster. Its secluded location in the back of the park is an absolute blessing. It keeps crowds away, and it also results in one of the world's best night rides. So when we visited for the Fall Harvest Festival, we ended each night with an hour marathon on this coaster. We were unsure if the weather would stop us one night as we could see lightning atop the lift hill across the lake, but fortunately, it stayed just beyond 10 miles until the park closed, meaning Outlaw Run could stay operational. This is a phenomenal coaster with perfect pacing and some wild negative Gs. Number 7. Mr. Freeze at Six Flags Over Texas with 21 rides. This past spring, Six Flags experimented with a special event called Scream Break. This was a horror event with a few haunted houses and thrill rides available, with significantly reduced crowds. And I was in the Dallas area for work that week, so I went to this event 3 separate nights. Over Texas had the east side of the park open, meaning Mr. Freeze was the best ride available, and this notoriously unreliable premier launch coaster was running with little to no downtime. This was my first chance to try this ride with a forward-facing train, so I made sure to try several different seats. I do prefer this coaster overall going backwards, but front row offers a great experience during the launch and towering spike. This coaster was a difficult one to marathon between the dizzying elements and crushing positive Gs, but I took several laps each night before tapping out. Number 6. Helix at Liseberg with 22 rides. This mock multi-launch coaster is my favorite ride at this Swedish theme park. This coaster is a masterful layout carving its way over the hillside. The visuals are simply stunning, especially at night overlooking the city. Then the elements are strong and diverse, meaning it is a ride I would never get sick of. I spent 1.5 days at this park, and I took full advantage of their amazing and free virtual queue system. Since I was a solo rider, I was constantly able to find time slots to have near immediate boarding. The highlight was 3 back-to-back rides in the front row at the end of my second day. Liseberg closes ride queues early so the last train goes out exactly at close. Well, they closed Helix's queue line a tad early, and there was no one left in line at the end of the night. So the awesome crew kept on sending our train around again and again. Number 5. Jersey Devil Coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure with 24 rides. Holiday in the park is one of my favorite times to visit this New Jersey theme park. The lights are beautiful, and crowds are manageable, meaning it's possible to marathon most rides in this park, at least the ones that are open. and my favorite ride of Marathon is Jersey Devil this time of year. Not only is it the best ride available in winter, but the minimal crowds mean the crew is happy to let you wait for specific rows, which can be tricky during busier periods due to the continuously moving load platform. I particularly love the back row in this coaster. The ejector airtime down the first drop is spectacular, and the night rides are wonderful too with the lack of lighting in the back corner of the park. Number 4, Air Force One at Fun Spot Atlanta with 27 rides. This RMC is arguably the best new for 2023 coaster. This is an airtime machine with a layout suitable for a major chain park. Yet, it's found at a glorified family entertainment center, meaning it has minimal crowds almost every single day. So this ride is almost always a walk-on, making it a coaster enthusiast dream. This is the main reason I purchased a 2023 Fun Spot Season Pass, and I definitely got my money's worth. With this park's late closures, this park was the perfect nightcap after my visits to Six Flags Over Georgia. I know some have found the finale a bit too aggressive, but I didn't find the quad down uncomfortable, and I simply could not get enough of this ride. Number 3, Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce with 44 rides. This CCI wood coaster is one of the world's best night rides. The layout is dynamic, blending plenty of airtime moments and sharp laterals. But the reason it's such a great night ride is the mountain setting and abundance of trees resulting in very little light. So I take full advantage of any opportunity to ride this in the dark. It can be pretty tricky to do this unless you're a local because the park usually closes before nightfall. I visited the park for the ACE event in the summer that gave us 1 hour of ERT at night. Then I returned for the park's Phantom Fall Fest Halloween event multiple times. This coaster always seems to run its best in October, even in the cooler weather, and most Sunday nights have minimal crowds, so that's the prime time for me to visit. Number 2, Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England with 49 rides. This is one of my local parks, and it was once again my most visited park this year. Superman is my favorite ride there, and it also is one of the park's most efficient crews. They do a great job pumping out trains. I know which days to visit to avoid the worst of the crowds, but if I did encounter a sizable wait, I made sure to reserve most of my membership skip-the-line passes for this ride. This ride is one of the world's best layouts, combining elements of an out-and-back coaster along with a twister into one experience. It has a delightful blend of ejector airtime and positive Gs, meaning there is plenty to appreciate with each and every cycle. And coming in number 1 is Iron Rattler at Six Flags Fiesta Texas with 60 rides. After my aforementioned work trip to Dallas, I made a weekend detour to San Antonio. So I went to this park's Scream Break event 3 separate nights. This park kept the Crack Axle Canyon Scream Punk District open, which is home to the park's best ride in Iron Rattler. This RMC hybrid is an incredible coaster. The drops over the quarry are some of the best of any coaster. So I spent much of my Scream Break parked in the back car of this coaster. The weather was dicey one night with high winds and an approaching storm, but this coaster powered through the event each night. Then I recently returned to Fiesta Texas during a layover in San Antonio. This was during the park's Holiday in the Park event. Crowds were minimal early in the day, but 2 things helped when crowds picked up later in the day. 1, the single rider line gave me near immediate boarding. 2, my hero, the skunk. Towards the end of the night, this ride had about a 30 to 40 minute standby wait. If you're unfamiliar with this ride's queue line, you should know it's a series of ramps with no way to bypass them. Well, a skunk somehow got in there, got scared, and sprayed, so the queue line emptied out. The park didn't close the ride, so I powered right past the plume. Those who did were treated with a completely empty station, so I spent the last hour without getting off the train. It was the perfect way to end my 2023 coaster season. So those were my top 10 most ridden roller coasters in 2023. It is quite funny my most ridden coaster is at a park 2,000 miles away, but that's how it worked out this year. What was your most ridden roller coaster this past year? Let me know which ride, and if you know, how many times down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.